Yo, is that a goddamn plunger? Yeah, Gachiakuta is pretty good. I've been watching a lot of anime coming out this summer, and honestly, it's been a roller coaster of a ride. My eyes have been assaulted by trashy isekai. Why did this show have to become so bad? Romances that would have your lonely self giggling in bed, and your typical shonen that you watch because you have nothing better to do. I was getting fatigued by some of the typical anime coming out, that is until I stumbled upon this. Gachiakuta hits you with god tier art, a brutal story about class warfare, and a unique and interesting power system. It's definitely one of my favorite anime coming out this season. And after a parade of bland and recycled tropes, Gachiakuta felt like a brick to the face in the best possible way. So today, let's talk about why this show is so great and how it's saving my summer. For those of you who haven't been introduced to this glorious filth of an anime, imagine a society where the class divide isn't just a metaphor. No, it's literally divided by a big ass wall. The rich live on the pristine side called the city, where everything is clean, orderly, and disgustingly nice. On the other side of the spectrum though, we have the slums. Here the descendants of criminals are forced to live in rundown houses and dirty living conditions. Our story follows Rudo, a boy from the slums. We are introduced to him through a cool ass escape scene where he runs from guards after rummaging through some trash. On a little side note though, can we talk about how bad these guys are at aiming? They hit him once with multiple people shooting at him. I don't know. It just kind of pissed me off when I was watching it. Rudo has a little trash fetish. He loves all things trash. While everybody sees garbage, he sees treasure, things that have value and were carelessly thrown away. He was raised by a man named Regto, a kind-hearted father figure who taught him to see the worth in discarded things. Dang, this guy is really nice. I hope nothing bad happens to him. He gets off screen because this is a shonen. Rudo comes home one day to find Regto murdered and tries to fight the killer. But we can't have him being overpowered yet, so he gets off screen as well. Regto tries to get Rudo to run, but the feds get to him and frame him for the crime. He's put on display like a must-watch event. As he is about to be released, he stops to plead his case to the other Spherites, but they don't give a fuck. And this pisses off Rudo, who understandably says some questionable things. And like that, he is dropped. From here, Rudo's whole world gets turned upside down. Now, let's get into why this show is so damn good. And for that, we have to start with the art. Holy hell, the art. The original art in the manga was awesome. And the first time I saw the graffiti-like art style, it blew me away. And Studio Bones took that source material and cooked in the lab with it. The show just looks immaculate. Every frame looks like it was drawn by an underpaid animator drawing like the rent depended on it. And it probably did, given just how well drawn the scenes are. The action is fluid. With every scene, you can feel the movement while sitting in your chair. It's a style that perfectly complements the story's theme and enhances the experience. In addition to art though, one thing that I really enjoyed was the power systems. And oh my god, Gachiakuta has a cool ass power system. It's probably one of the most creative concepts that I have seen in a bit. In the world of Gachiakuta, there are people known as givers. A giver can pour their vital energy into an object if they truly care about it, bringing it to life as a vital instrument. If you love something enough, it gains your soul and becomes your weapon. Forget the powers given by a demon coming inside you or a bullshit level up system. Essentially, a character's strength is just based on their love of the game. If you lose, technically, that just means they wanted it more than you did. The personal feeling of the show is further exaggerated by the characters in the show. Our MC of the show, Rudo, is phenomenal just from the very first few episodes. I mean that in the fact that he takes a beating and literally doesn't win one fight for the first few. And you know what? It's pretty refreshing. Rudo feels somewhat vulnerable. Although he gets his powers on like episode 2, in episode 1 he can't do anything to the others and is virtually alone as the only person who cared for him was murdered. F her. He has to accept his punishment, making his anger justified and the reasoning for his revenge explained. But throughout the series, we can see him express different emotions besides pure hatred. That makes his character much more complexing. Of course, he doesn't stay alone for long. Down in the pit, he runs into the cleaners. No, this is not an elite squad of plumbers and janitors. We meet characters like Engine, who recognizes Rudo's potential and introduces him to the world. The supporting cast is just as compelling with their unique designs and vital instruments that complements the show's already interesting premise. So yeah, Gachiakuta is pretty good. It's a show with a must-watch story, a unique power system, and some of the most stunning art out of any anime coming out this season. It balances your typical high-octane shonen action with a genuinely compelling story about the true meaning of value. It's a show that will have you jumping out of your chair while watching, and have you crying in anticipation as you wait for the next episode. If you're tired of your typical anime tropes and want something with more heart, then check out Gachiakuta. But that was just my 2 cents on my first impression of the show. If it's gonna continue to come out like this though, you bet your soul I will be watching it for its entirety. If you like this review, drop a like and subscribe as it helps out, and with that, have a good rest of your day.